of cameras. Is it honestly? Do you know for maybe 15 years of my life, I wouldn't let anyone take a picture of me.
That's weird.
Cameras made me aggressively uncomfortable, and then I became an actor.
Very strange. You're strange. You're a bundle of contradictions.
I like doing acting like school plays and stuff, but when I was being filmed, I got really uncomfortable. For 15 years, if someone took out a camera, I would duck or cover my face.
Yeah, it sounds so annoying.
It was really annoying.
I would be so mad.
Everyone
at you
thought it
if
was
you
an
were my
affectation
kid.
because I couldn't explain it, and I was like, I just don't.
I would be so mad at you. I hate kids who do that.
I was such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I have a surprise. We're gonna get back to talking about politics in 45 minutes, but I have a surprise.
You have a surprise?
Yeah.
What? Wait. I actually am unprepared for whatever.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not to do this, but I think we've hit a point we got to do it.
What?
Talking about what a difficult kid I was.
Oh wait, do you have a picture?
No, I've been packing, going through my parents'
right.
shit.
I forgot. That's a treasure trove.
Yeah, and I found something.
Back in blackfaced. Or
No.
can you minstrel show me? I don't think you said that before.
I forgot that part.
Can you minstrel show me how to get to Racism Street by Griffin Newman? This is the essay. I mean, for people who might not know, this is the essay you wrote. Well, what year? Do you know what year?
This probably would have been 2004.
Okay, and it's about Hollywood's history of minstrelry.
Yes. It was me trying to solve the racial ills of
You
the
were trying to
world.
solve it. What class did you write this for?
History. American history. I think it was American history.
And what was the assignment?
Write about something.
Write about something. Griffin went to a hippie school.
Yeah, I just remember that the fact that I chose this topic was very odd and surprising and off base.
They did not expect you to do that?
No, because I don't think,
You got it good.
Yeah.
Griffin, I very much enjoyed reading this paper.
Hey now.
You made a fine, impassioned, struggling here, sorry, case against the strife of some black entertainment.
He writes black entertainment in quotes.
In quotes.
As if it's a
And
myth.
your use of Amos and Andy is very effective.
I did a lot of research. I watched
You do a good job of describing the origins of minstrel shows and what they represented. What you needed to develop more was the time between minstrelry and the time of Amos and Andy.
uninteresting to me.
What did the four white men do? I don't know what that means.
I think they were a group.
What sort of shows became popular? How did minstrel shows become so acceptable that between that you could end up with Amos and Andy? And you pass over the Jazz Singer and Birth of a Nation too quickly, Griffin. Those are seminal moments in film, both for how they looked, messages they portrayed, and how obviously they sounded. And obviously how they sounded. That's what he's saying.
Obviously, how they sounded.
Right.
Yeah.
You can establish a timeline rope. But he did enjoy the views. You don't get a grade. This is St. Anne's. They don't give you grades.
They don't give you grades.
Oh my god.
Fuck. He went to the He went to the same school my girlfriend went to.
They write an essay. Let me see if I can find the section on Beauty Shop.
So when
Beauty Shop's a crazy great movie.
I hate it.
I know, it's so good.
this is the kind of school though where they hug you.
It's
to get a grade or
Lena
something,
Dunham went
or-
there. It's like
Yeah.
a hippie Brooklyn rich kid
You
private
would
school.
write essays instead.
It was like
Jesus Christ.
It was founded with the purpose of being a nice alternative school for kids who maybe think differently or whatever. But then it's a private school in Brooklyn. I think just a lot of rich people sent their kids there.
So you want to hear some really misguided, disgusting things I said? I just want to read some excerpts. Jesus Christ. Everyone's going to stop listening to this show.
Everyone's already stopped. How many years? How many minutes have we been recording? How many years?
40.
Okay.
For a show that's not allowed to be replayed on television, the quote-unquote racist characters of Amos and Andy. So I'm calling into question whether or not they're racist, which is not my place to do.
True.
Use better grammar than the characters in films like Soul Plane. Are
Griffin,
smarter.
this is terrible
This is
territory that you're in.
awful
You should really
territory.
be clear about this.
Yeah, Griffin of
You
today.
are telling people how to talk,
Yep.
essentially. Yeah.
Smarter than characters in films like Guess Who.
So you just want to be contrarian about hey man, Amos and Andy, that was well-written entertainment compared to this nonsense.
Yeah, I think that was my big point. Was I thought as a comedy writer, Amos and Andy had good jokes.
I'm taking this away from
No,
you.
because I got to read this one other
All
sentence.
right,
I
just
know I'm
read the
digging
one
myself into a
sentence.
pit.
You are.
Smarter than characters in films like Guess Who, and will accomplish more than characters in films like My Baby's Daddy. So I was looking at a film like My Baby's Daddy, which if you don't remember was the
barely remember
urban
that one.
remake of Three Men and a Baby.
Yeah.
or it wasn't. It was three men who have
I'm gonna look it up.
children out of wedlock and then have to deal with being single fathers. It was Anthony Anderson, Eddie Griffin, and Michael Imperioli were the three men. And I was passing judgment on what those characters would go on to accomplish in their lives after the film.
Right.
Above all, though, Amos and Andy was a well-written, humorous show.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Right.
I don't understand. How did I get a good... This is the most offensive thing ever written.
This is the horrible privilege that you are invested with. You could write this nonsense and no one would slap you down.
We can ask how we live in a society where children are getting abortions at age 13 and then nominated these songs for Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, a show whose winners are chosen by the children of the world, but the nominees are selected by committees of adults.
The children of the world?
What am I
David,
saying?
by the way, you went to school in England, right?
I went to school in England.
Yeah, I went to school in North Jersey. Like
Crazy.
No, it was like my grade was basically just they would just stamp like you're not gonna go anywhere in life. That was like the grade and
My
the
grade was
notes
just,
I got.
it was just a grade. It was a letter grade or a grade out of 10. It was pretty simple. You know? They gave me a grade. They graded my work.
like if you did okay, you wouldn't get punched in the arm.
No, just be like, good job. 8 out of 10.
That sounds nice.
Whatever. Normal.
Here's the exact
Griffin,
sentence I was looking for, and then I'm
all
going to
right.
throw this away because I can't fucking...
Please, I need to look at it, but you are not allowed to
I'm
going to
be
anymore.
murdered the second after I read this
You
sentence
wrote
out loud.
Pimp and Hoe on page 6.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I also write unintelligent, overly sassy, sluttish women on page 4.
Got him.
Here's the sentence. Ready for me to be murdered?
Please just
Guys, just
get
watch
this
the
out of the
door
way.
because someone's going to walk in and stab me.
go ahead.
Fucking Joe Biden
This is our
gonna
fan fiction
strangle
episode
me.
where I'm actually just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This is the sentence.
What
where
is
I
it?
fucking
Say
do
the sentence.
It's so clean. The spin-off Beauty Shop, however, is far more racist than Amos and Andy ever was.
Now, let's talk about Beauty Shop for a second, which I think is a tremendous movie.
I haven't seen it since then, but clearly it made me very angry at the time.
Beauty Shop is
Once again, not my place to fucking
No, you don't know what you're talking
decree.
about.
No, I had no idea what I was talking. I thought I was gonna fucking solve it.
I think you're kind of like a Richard Cohen in the Washington Post, just to mention like an old white op-ed writer who's sort of like doesn't understand what he's seeing in culture these days, and is like, these movies seem to denigrate people. Women seem to not have it, and like I don't understand. This is terrible. Like not understanding like culture reflects all kinds of things that are going on in society, rather than lecturing or whatever. And also you're not allowed to tell people how to talk.
Agreed. 100%. Agreed. If I've learned anything in the last 12 years of my life, it's like, what should you be talking about? Fucking Attack the Clones.
Yeah,
that's a thing you can be an authority on.
Anyway, I love Beauty Shop. I saw it in theaters. I
Me too.
reviewed it for my college newspaper, and I said, I think I said it was fine. I don't know if I gave it a rave, but
you didn't write an 8-page paper about how it was worse than Amos and
I think
Andy?
I gave it like 3 out of 5 and said like it's a good time. It's a little silly.
I regret literally everything right now. I regret writing this paper.
You regret your father's sperm entering your mother's ova.
I regret
and forming a zygote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben's giving me a weird look.
I regret everything
I didn't
from...
have sex education at my school, so.
What was your school? Did you just go to
let's
school
talk
in
about
like
your
some
fucking
alley where they like threw bricks at you?
So it was.
There were lessons written on the bricks.
It was like kind of like there's like a highway, and then you go down the embankment,
Yeah.
and it was like kind of a ditch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Anyway, Beauty Shop, spin-off of Barbershop 2.
Which I love the two Barbershop movies.
Which had kind of Barbershop 2 had this sort of backdoor appearance by Queen Latifah with the idea that she would go make her own movie, right? She's not really a big part of it.
No, they established that she's an ex of Ice Cube's character.
Yeah, and she does hair.
Yeah.
And then in Beauty Shop she has moved to, I believe it's Atlanta. And she talks about like, oh, Miss Chicago, but great to be here in Atlanta. And it's mostly about like she gets this old busted beauty shop and fixes it up with the help of Alfre Woodard,
Academy Award nominee.
And as another beauty shop employee and some other stylists. She's got a daughter. I think she has like a kid. I think it's a daughter.
Yeah,
a cute kid. She used to work for an Austrian mean hairdresser man played by Kevin Bacon, who she has abandoned, called like George or something. I forget what his name. Like Jorge. I don't know what it is. It's very weird. It's like he's just like an evil white European. Like he has this sort of amorphous accent.
Yep.
And Jaimon Honsu plays
Academy Award nominee.
2-time. Plays a very handsome African, I think he's Nigerian immigrant who's an electrician and like fixes up the place with her, and then they fall in love.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Everyone was freaking out about Andie MacDowell in Magic Mike XXL.
Yeah.
Her little appearance playing this kind of like older Southern lady who's
She does the same thing.
She does the exact same thing in Beauty Shop, which was 9 years previous. Alicia Silverstone is also in it as like a sort of a dumb white lady who says things like "for your FYI."
Yeah, that's probably what I was offended by, as a dumb white lady myself. Ben,
I think it's a fun movie. It's very formless, which I kind of like. It's really just about someone starting a business, and then like she successfully starts the business.
Ben, you smoke. Do you have a lighter on your person?
Yeah.
When we're done with this episode, I'd like to go outside and burn this paper.
No, it's great. You can't burn it.
I'm. Oh, God.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Look, it's part of your history.
Yeah.
As shameful as it is.
This was like my minstrel show.
All right, just
that was
talking.
like the dark part of my history, the worst level of race relations, where I felt like I had the authority to write a paper on minstrel shows.
It's crazy that you wrote that. How old were you?
15.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Is nuts.
Is nuts.
Is nuts.
Anyway,
But
Star
here's
Wars
my
Attack of the
question.
Clones has very confusing politics.